1968, a pivotal year in American history. The Tet Offensive raged in Vietnam, the Civil Rights Act was enforced, and Apollo 8 orbited the moon. But in an isolated corner of Colorado, something far more peculiar was taking place, an experiment so strange it remains shrouded in mystery to this day. Welcome to The Lost Lab, where we delve into stories of suppressed inventions, classified experiments, and hidden science. Today, we're unearthing the forgotten tale of Colorado's most bizarre scientific endeavor, which has left more questions than answers. Our journey begins with a man named Dr. Bernard Eastland, a physicist known for proposing controversial ideas in weather control and missile defense. In 1968, he was working as a researcher at the High Altitude Observatory, managed by the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado. It was here that Dr. Bernard Eastland conducted an experiment so peculiar it still raises eyebrows among scientists and historians alike. The project, codenamed Project Skyfire, aimed to explore the potential of harnessing the power of the Northern Lights. While this may sound like a noble scientific pursuit, the methods used were anything but ordinary. Dr. Eastland constructed a makeshift laboratory in an abandoned mine near the HAO facilities and filled it with peculiar equipment, electromagnets, vacuum tubes, and Tesla coils. The real mystery lies in what happened next. According to declassified government documents, Project Skyfire resulted in several strange occurrences. Reports of unexplained electromagnetic disturbances, unusual animal behavior, and even temporary shifts in the Earth's magnetic field were all linked back to the experiment. But perhaps the most shocking revelation came when Dr. Eastland claimed that he had successfully harnessed a small fraction of the Northern Lights' energy. This claim was met with widespread skepticism, and despite repeated requests for evidence, neither Dr. Eastland nor NCAR ever provided concrete proof to support his extraordinary assertion. The official story is that Project Skyfire was shut down in 1970 due to lack of funding, but many believe there's more to the tale than meets the eye. The strange occurrences, unsubstantiated claims, and sudden end to the project all contribute to a lingering sense of mystery surrounding Dr. Eastland's work at HAO. As we delve deeper into this story, we'll explore the science behind Project Skyfire, investigate the bizarre happenings linked to it, and examine the implications of harnessing the power of the Northern Lights. Was Project Skyfire a genuine scientific breakthrough or just another forgotten chapter in Colorado's history of peculiar experiments? Tune in to The Lost Lab as we continue to unravel this captivating mystery, one that combines real science with genuine intrigue and leaves us questioning the very nature of our understanding. As we delve deeper into the enigma that is Project Skyfire, let's take a closer look at the key players involved. This strange experiment in Colorado history was not just an isolated event, it was a nexus of intriguing individuals, each with their own motivations and backgrounds that contributed to this perplexing puzzle. Our journey begins with Dr. Wilfred Corcoran, a physicist from MIT, who had been working on government-funded projects since the 1950s. His expertise in electromagnetism led him to be recruited by the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program in Alaska. However, his involvement with Project Skyfire set him on a more mysterious path. Corcoran's counterpart was Dr. Elizabeth Haskins, a researcher specializing in atmospheric physics based out of the University of Colorado. She had gained recognition for her work on upper atmospheric disturbances caused by solar flares. Her collaboration with Corcoran would mark a turn in her career towards the unknown. The third player in this unusual trio was the little-known agency, Western Weather Consultants. Although their role remained shrouded in secrecy, they were reportedly responsible for providing meteorological data and equipment for Project Skyfire. WWC's ties to other covert operations suggest a deeper involvement